you're live. Right, 2 seconds. Hang on, guys.
Don't take anything.
I'm trying my hardest. Right, I don't know what I've done, but it is there, oh. I think.
Break it up for the bird. Evening, everybody.
You gotta put the video up to see whether you're
Hope you can see what I'm doing tonight. If you can hear me, hi Angie, glad you're on. Thank you for your help yesterday. No problem at all. I'm glad I could have helped you. I know that you were struggling with the questions you've sent over. Can you let me know if you can hear me? And as always, comment, because I can see your comments as they pop up on the screen. It's over there in the dog bed. Tonight I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Just going to type in, can you hear me? Just wait for everybody to come on. Oh, there you are, live with me.
Yeah, you are on. It's just
I'm just getting the chat up, everybody. Ah, there we are. I can see you guys now. Yes, I can hear you. Hi, Miss Huck. Can I hear you fine? Thank you. Well, hello, everybody. Evening. I'm going to be doing something slightly bit different tonight, and you're probably wondering why I've got a load of broken pots in front of me. Quite the answers will be given in a second. Now this is my third live video, because I did a quick one Saturday, didn't I? Now on my first live video I made this. That with the real pearl. Does everybody remember me making that? And I know the picture quality wasn't its best, so I'm going to be making something similar to this using the teacup and the teacup, the cup and the plate. So I'm going to be using something similar, doing something similar. And what I'm going to be doing is, hello ladies, hope all's all good with you. Hope everybody's well today. So what I've got in front of me, I've got some broken pots. I've got some moss, different colours. Now, when I buy moss, I tend to buy model moss. If it's buffering. Is it buffering with everybody or just Polly? I hope it's not buffering bad. Just wait for the comments to come through. Ah, my husband's typing as my name in the other room. Right, okay, so when I buy moss, I tend to buy model railway moss. It's a lot cheaper than buying miniature moss. You get a lot more in the pack as well than you would if you were to buy miniature moss. And you can see yourself when you type in miniature moss, the prices is outrageous. So that's my little tip for today. There's probably going to be a few more little tips, but that's my main one. So I've got dark green there, dark green, and I've got like a white kind of moss. That's the only way to describe it. Oh, hope all goes well, Angie. a.m. for your surgery tomorrow. Glad you're back. So in this little box, I always keep my fish tanks, my fishes and my birds, miniatures, in one pot. And it's marked so I know that everything's in there. So I've got some frogs. We're going to use some of them tonight. I've got a little turtle. There's loads of different animals in there. Fishes, parrots, chickens, little fishies that I bought. And they are tiny, minute. Let me just show you these. And they're all different ones as well. They go different ways. Hi, Donna. I haven't seen your name about. You're on the chat. Welcome, newbies. Yeah, sending my prayers to you, Angie. Hope goes well with your surgery tomorrow, whatever you're having done. It's not nice when you go facing surgery, but hopefully after you've had it, you'll feel a lot better. So I've got some miniature fish here. Now, I'm not going to be making miniature as in miniature. I will be making something that you can actually see, I hope. So, in front of me, I have the shell. I'm going to be using these oyster shells again because I know that video that I did the other day weren't all that good. And I've got a teacup and a plate. Now, like I said, the plate, it measures 4 inches by 4. The cap measures 1 inch by 2. Yeah, so that's, I'm just reading the comments. Sorry, ladies. So, I'm going to open this oyster now and then show you what's inside. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be using the same method as I did the other day. I've already bent my spoon. Now, do you know why I think it kept tipping over? Because I used the heaviest part of the spoon at the top rather than the bottom, and that's why it kept tipping. So I'm going to hopefully rectify, I always get confused, but hopefully rectify that today. So I'm going to be doing the same method, like I say, but this bit I'm going to be making into a little pond. Using the pearl, I'm going to open the pearl again, show you how I open the pearl. And the pearl's going to actually sit in there with some fish, and it's going to have like a rockery side to it. I think one of you ladies mentioned when I was doing it that it looked like a rockery thing. So that's what I'm doing. So, and I'm going to show you how I do miniature water as well, because I want a bit of a water scene in my pond as well. So, I'm just going to move some stuff out my way. To open this oyster, they come in a sealed bag, as you can see. Now, I bought 3 these packs off eBay. They're called oyster shells. So, pin them up. And I got a wipe here because I'll need to wipe the inside as well. You want to cut the crispy bit of the shell, because if we can, we're going to try and keep it depending on how big the shell is actually in the inside. So I'm going to put my bits and pieces in there. Where's my mat? I've got like a little square mat because I'm going to be using a knife. And you literally, now this is half open already, you literally just follow your knife down. No, he's a bit tough. If it gets a bit dark tonight, ladies, I will put the light on. Right. Pearl has come out. Now, I don't know whether there's another pearl inside. So the pearl is, again, like a rose colour. Well, it's more pink, actually, tonight. Light pink. You all see that? I don't know what size it is because I haven't got my gadget where I need it to be. There's no more shells in there. Pearls, rather. Shells? Pearls, I mean. Okay. These are the shells. Now that one already split in half before I opened it. I won't get my hand. I'll be careful tonight, I promise. But what I will do is I've got another one next to me. Wash my hands. I've wiped the shells down, and that's all you need to do. So those are the shells. And this pearl, now I don't know if my gadget's in, it's on you. I should have got my gadget out and I completely forgot about it. If I can find it, then I can measure the pearl. So bear with me a minute, ladies, while I get my gadget out. I got it. Okay, so the pearl is, I know this was stiff last time to open. Pearl is, oh, yeah, fits in perfect. Pearl is 0.5. Now, I showed you with a bit of foam last time, do you remember? You see, it's almost like a light pink tonight. It's not, the other night it was more of a rose gold. That's the new way to describe it, what it was the other night, but this is more of a light pink. So that's our pearl. So I'm going to move them out the way. If we use them, we use them. If we don't, then we're not to worry, we won't use them. Right, okay. I'm going to put the pearl in there, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Now, I'm going to build this up because the water, I'm using what they call scenic water. Now, let me open it up inside. It's like jelly. Basically, it's like jelly. See? And what you do, you cut. Well, I wouldn't use all that, but I would cut some of it. I'd put it in with hot water, or you could even put the jelly in there, add hot water to it, and then just pour what you needed to pour into the pond. So then that's how you do it, and then you put it in the fridge and then it sets. So I'm going to make the pond first before I make anything else, and then that way it gives it time to set in the fridge, and when I'm finished I can get it out. So I've got some broken pots here, that's why I had the broken pots next to me. I've got some clear tiny little beads here. I've got some of these leaf, what do you call them? Leaf things? I don't know what they're called, but you can get these from Fee's shop. And I was thinking about using some of them. And basically, I've just got bits and bobs. I've got some grass to put in. I've just got loads of bits and pieces I can use. The fish is definitely going to go in there, and so is the moss. So I'm using, put some tacky glue on a lid, and I've got my spatula, of course, and I'm going to start the bottom with some gravel. So let me get the gravel out of here. like I say, if it gets to, yeah, it looks as if she's having a good time. He does. She did message me earlier on and say she was having a good time. So I've put some tacky glue at the bottom here. And I'm not using hot glue because by the time the water goes in, when the hot glue sets, you can see it at the bottom, whereas this it'll dry clear and you can still put the water in. Right, don't worry if you've got a few loose stones in there now. If I was to tip that out, I'd have a few loose stones that wouldn't be sticking to the bottom. That's all the stones I need for now. I've got my moss here. Right. Now I always find when I'm using moss to pinch them up onto a tweezers. And it doesn't matter how small you go. Put some in your glue. Now I'm using my spatula. And then sink it down wherever you want it to be. And you just keep doing it until you build it up. Now I'm not going to overdo this because I think if I do, it was not going to look right. Now I'm not going to finish there with the moss because I want to add some broken pots in. Hi Angie. So I'm going to put some broken pots in. Now you could use, well, you could use almost anything. I tell you what you could use for these for is if anybody makes any fairy like fairy things or anything like that, they can always use it to do this. The way to do it, put some glue on the back of your pot and literally just press it down wherever you want it to be, wherever you want it to stand. Again, some glue on the back, and you'll notice I'm using quite a lot of glue. It doesn't matter. And if you think like what a real sort of pond looks like, so that's what my pond is looking like so far. Where it's got the moss, where the moss would build up, that sort of thing. Hi Shannon. Hi Ranji. I can see that you've joined us. So just want to build that up gently. See? Now there is going to be fish inside this pond, like I say. See what we've got in here. I tend not to put paper or anything like that in because by the time the moss goes in, it might not look right. If we've got anything in here, I wonder. Oh, I have got these shell. These were on a string, and you can buy them to use for whatever you want to use for. I'm gonna just put mine there. See, and that's building up already. And when the water goes in there, I'm gonna put the other one directly underneath. Move your stones. I mean, you can play about with this as much as you like to play about with it. I don't want to overfill mine, and I'm not going to either. Right, now, oops. Can you see how I've built that up? Am I making miniatures? I am and I'm not. I'm making that pond to sit on here. And then I'm going to use the same technique as I did the other day with the spoon. So now that's filled up, I'm going to add Chris to put hot water in this. And then I can tip as much as I want in there and then add my fish. That's the only way to do it. I have got some of the shell that was broken. Now, because it's an oyster shell, you can prise it apart quite easy. Again, put some tacky glue on the back. So I am and I'm not is the answer. I might take them out. See, you can just play about with it. So I've just heard the kettle go on. Chris is now doing some hot water for me to put in there. I don't think I'm going to use them. I don't know. I don't think I am, because the shell's in there, see, and when the time I put my fish in there, it'll start building up. So I'm going to put that to one side because I'm waiting for the hot water to come. Like I say, I'm using scenic water, and the way you use this, you add your hot water to it. It can go in this tub because that's what it's meant for, and then you just tip whatever you want in your little container. Now I'm using a little plastic container for my little pond at the bottom. That's how I would do it. So I'm just going to move these out of my way, these pots, broken pots, because I don't need them. Might need the pot, but I don't need anything else. Okay, so here's the plate. The plate's here. I need a doily mat. No, I don't need a doily mat. I'm not doing the same thing. Lipstick. I'm using some stones. That's what I need. Now, again, I'm using some gravel stones. I still want the moss out because I'm going to put the moss between the stones. Do you want to just put it in here?
I don't know what I'm doing. We'll just put that on the table.
Go on then. Chris has bought some hot water in a bowl and it's sitting. You could do it two ways. So you could put the hot water in the bowl and sit it in that way, or you can put the hot water in thing. Either way, it'll melt that jelly, and then you can add as much or as little as you want. Now I've got to be really careful not to tip that over as I go along. Okay, so I'm gonna play about with some stones. I'm gonna knock my hot glue gun on because I will need it. You can use almost anything for this. You could use what you find outside even. It doesn't have to be what I'm using. Just have fun with it. Okay. I flew one small plane and it was amazing to approach the sun out. Although it's raining out, the sun is out. Complete circle. We only see half shape Earth. We only see half shape Earth shape. Have I missed a conversation? Oh, Polly said I love the double rainbow at the Niagara Falls on the deer. Yes, Fee did say she wanted to go and see the Niagara Falls. I remember her saying it to me. Looks like she's having a blast of a time. Okay, so I'm going to move. I knew I should have done this before. Never mind. I'm going to put the hot water there and I'm going to plug my glue gun in. But yes, Fee is having the time of her life at the minute. She is loving every second of it, it looks like. And I had a message today to say that how much she was having so much fun. So yeah. Any questions so far? I know this is what you would, I don't know, Is it what you had expected me to do tonight? Oh, thank you, Ellen. So I've put some like stones on there now. They're not placed as I would place them because I'm going to stick this dead in the centre and then put my rockery around. I don't want to lose that little pearl that we've opened up. Just knock my glue gun on. Any questions, ladies? While this glue gun's warming up, I think the next live I'm going to do a teapot, decorate a teapot up. But it's not a full-size teapot. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm loving it. It's very relaxing after long. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Rainbows are so magical. That must have been a wonderful experience, Rita. It probably was. It was. Do you know what? It looked immense. That in Niagara Falls. It did look amazing. It's warming. It's warming. You could use pearls all the way around. I'm going to use some rocks. I'm just thinking now, should I? Oh, I tell you what I could use. I've got these like a diamond things. I've got them in all different sizes. I think I'm going to use a few of them to go all the way around my rockery. So it gives it this sparkle when it catches the light. Oh my days, Angie. Oh. We went on a plane to Tenerife, the first time we ever did it. Went on a plane, me and Chris, and I loved every second of it. Niagara Falls looks amazing. It does look amazing. Come on, Mr. Glue Gun, work for me. Okay, so I'm going to take these rocks off. I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of this. When my glue gun decides to work. Come on, Mr. Glue Gun. Never flown. All my days, Shannon. Have you never flown on purpose, or have you never flown because you've never got around to doing it? Now, I'm trying to get Mr. Glue Gun to work. Okay, now Mr. Glue Gun's working. I'm going to add, you can see this, I'm going to add my rocks. Just thought you couldn't see there then, I was panicking. So, literally take your time with it, because the rocks I'm using are all different shapes, all different colours. They were nabbed off my mother's lawn, of course. You can buy them in you can buy them in packs off the internet, but if you've got a pebble lawn, then use what you've got. See how it's building up? My water still hasn't melted as of yet. I think I'm losing heat. Yeah, I'm losing heat. Chris might have to warm that back up again for me. See how this, you could use we could use pearls, just anything. Oh, I can see the comments going up in my eye. I can't read them at the minute. In the corner of my eye, I can see the page flickering up. I know what you mean. Loved flying. Nope, not. I'm a person, not a bird. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then I think I'm going to stick that one just there. Oh, do you know what I've forgotten to do? It's just dawned on me now. Is this stuck? Is this stuck? Oh, I've forgotten to put the spoon on. No, my days. I knew I should have. Ah, brilliant. I'm glad this is pottery. I was thinking it's looking ever so flat. Oh, never mind. Now I can add my stones. Can you see, apart from it looking a mess at the minute, but can you see it building up? Because that spoon is directly underneath, I'm able to put some of the stones right underneath to give it that a bit of support. Okay. I knew I was going to forget something. Do you know what? I knew. Can see it building up. Thank you, Shannon. I'm still here. Guess the triangle already for me. Lol, Clutch, you're unhuman like us. Yeah. That's okay, still looks good. I adore that little blue cup and saucer. I love blue. I wouldn't want to cover up that one. It was mine. If it was mine. I'm not going to cover up the cap up too much because I'm doing a lot to the plate. I need a little one. Oh, we got a little one there. Great version of this project, love it. Thank you. Is it Robita? Am I pronouncing that wrong? Again, if I pronounce anybody's names wrong, it's not intentional. Please forgive me if I pronouncing it wrong. But thank you for all your lovely comments. It means a lot. Can you see how that is building up? With the spoon on now. Now, it has melted a little bit, but because the water is losing heat, it hasn't melted fully. So I know Chris is listening to me and he's probably boiling up water, because I think I can use the kettle. Now what I'm going to do is, I could add pearls all the way around this. I'm going to make sure like that, because it's pottery, the glue will dry really, really quick. So I'm just going to make sure, see, that none of the stones are loose. And then I'm going to put a little bit of moss in between using my tacky glue because it dries clear. And I'm just going to put in between the stones. Now I am going to add, and I think I might add actually, and it's only because I adore them, I think I'm going to add a bit of fairies down by the pond. I haven't got any small fairies, but I've got mushrooms and I've got bits and pieces that I can add to make it a bit more realistic. So if you can see that the moss is just being added to the in front of that pond. And you literally just keep going. I've got some of those big mushrooms. I don't know whether I showed you guys last time. I might add them down by the pond. And I know Sonja won my last giveaway. That was Friday. And the same goes. I'm gonna be giving this away tonight. I've decided that I'm gonna do more live videos because I'm actually really enjoying it. And you guys actually, like I've said many times before, you inspire me to keep going on YouTube. Sonja for Netherlands, Shannon. She was from Netherlands. Lovely lady. You can buy these cups. I would have a look in your local charity shop. Now, I picked these up, and like I said, I think I had about 12, 13 cups. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Ellen? Yeah, so that's what I've decided. I'm going to do more live videos, and I think once a week I'm going to be doing a giveaway because I find it so much easier than uploading a video. Because when you're uploading a video, and if anybody's doing a YouTube channel, then they'll know what I mean by uploading a video. It does take time and it is a bit of a nightmare. Now I've added green moss, and I think I'm going to add a bit of white moss because not everything is, when we think of a river, when I think of a river bed and I think of stones and mosses, when you actually look at them, they're not just one colour green, they can be any colour. And because my imagination's gone a bit wild, thank you ladies, I enjoy doing these videos. Like I say, spurs me on. What was I saying? Yeah, moss. When you have actually look at moss down by the pond, it's not just one colour green. And I know when I was doing, well, when I make miniatures from time to time, I used to make them all the time, but now I don't know. You know, when you just have another love for a different project or different craft. I used to have a look at other people's creations. Now, don't get me wrong, there's beautiful creations out there, but sometimes it wasn't as natural as it would have been, if you know what I mean. Oh, thank you. So I like to add a bit of depth in my ponds. Now, if my husband doesn't do the water, I'm going to scream. No, I won't. If my husband doesn't do the water in time, please don't panic, ladies. I will, hoping that he's watching, and then he'll do the water for me by the time I've finished. But if he doesn't, I will fill up the little pond with water, and I'll add the fishies in to whoever wins it tonight. Now I'm pushing it in with my tweezers as well into the little nooks and crannies. I'm 51, so to be 52, I know what you're all talking about. But people say I look like I'm in my 30s, but I feel like I'm 100. I feel like I'm 100 today, guys. I really do. I really, really do. Okay. I bet you're not that old, Angie. I bet you don't look that old. I think that we all should look as young as we want to look. I think we should make that rule up on our channel. If we all want to look 21, then that's what we should look like. Going on 14. 57 and getting younger each day in my head. Yeah, exactly, Polly, I'm with you. Ladies, it's a number. At 75, we look 50s, loving it. Will it ever last? See, how old am I? Well, let's have a bit of fun, and I'm not going to take offence if any at all, because I'm asking for it. How old do you think I am? I won't take offence. I promise you, I won't take offence at all. How old do you think I am? By the sound of my voice. I don't know whether you've seen me before. You might have seen me before on Fee's channel. I'm going to stick a bit of diamonds just there. 27. Close. Oh, yeah, you do know, Shannon. It's very close. I'm sticking a bit of diamonds just around those nooks and crannies that I didn't get in with the moss. Not too many. There we are. And I'm going to stick another one in. My voice sounds young. Right, I'll tell you. I shall tell you then. I am 29. That's how old I am. I'm 29. Bet you didn't think that. Well, if you did, you were right on. Now I've got some of these mushrooms. They are quite big, but like I say, I'm not making a miniature scene, so I'm not that bothered if it's out to scale. Got some birds and plants in there. Sorry, ladies. I've got some I think they're called acorns. You were close. You were close, Polly. Got some... I keep calling them acorns, but they're not. Oh, I can't remember what they're called. I know that every time I call them acorns, Abby goes, they're not acorns, they're not acorns. So I'm going to stick a few of them in where I can. And my pot is beginning to look, well, you can't see the cover. Well, you can and you can't. You can see the little bit of the cover on top, but not much. And I'm just going to have fun with these and stick them wherever I think I want to stick them. Like I say, you can use as many or as little as you want. Wow, 49. Well, congratulations when you turn 49. You're a salvage girl. Now, dare I ask what that is? So, I've got a question for all of you guys, since you've all had a bit of fun trying to guess how old I am. Who here has got a YouTube channel? If you have, let everybody know in the comment section. Because I think it's really nice if we would support each other. Because after all, we all inspire each other. So if you've got a YouTube channel, be my guest, put it in the comment section and let others know that you're around. And if I'm not already subbed to you, I will subscribe and I will go on your channel and watch your videos. I'm just putting my hair up the way because it's quite long. Right, so that's my things. Now I have got these. Where can I show you these? I'm just going to put that aside a second. Like I say, if you've got a YouTube channel, put it in the comment section. I'd love to know. Now these are my bits and fairy things, I like to call them. You've got little pumpkins, just different things. So I think what I'm going to do, since that's a pond, I am going to put 1 or 2 pumpkins on the side. No, it's quite too big. I'll stick that pumpkin on. And I'm going to stick a green one on, I think, because I've got them different colours. No. Not quite. What about some mushrooms? Yes, I'll stick some mushrooms on. These mushrooms, I'm just having a look. Oh, hi. Hello, Salvage. I don't know whether I've seen you comment before, but welcome if you're new. Salvage says, Salvage loves anything I can upcycle or craft. I started with furniture, progressed to small items. Oh, wow. Shannon says, me, and I thank you, Clip, for my beautiful egg carton and extra gifts. One new competition guessing the correct number, and I have a channel. I'll be uploading what you sent me soon. Yeah, excellent, fantastic, Shannon. I will be watching out for those channels, definitely. Salvage says, hi ladies, nice to meet you all. Love my UK YouTube friends. Wow. So where are you all from? I'm actually from South Wales. That's in the UK. Is anybody else from UK or abroad? I'm going to stick a few mushrooms. Now these mushrooms have got a bit of a wire sticking out on the bottom, which means it's a lot easier because I can stick it through. What I'm doing, I'm sticking it through the little hole on the glue gun, And that way I've got enough glue to stick on there. And I'm, like I say, I wanted this to become a fairy garden. I think it has done. Can you see how that's South Wales, Bristol, wow, Glasgow, US, oh my days. You see how that's sort of progressing? The glue gun don't want to work tonight. Might help if I put a stick in. Now I'm going to turn the light on, ladies. This may or may not affect the picture. There, that's better. So I'm going to stick another. There we are. Can you see how that's progressed? That's feeling quite heavy at the bottom as well, which is good because when we go to stick our cap on, it will stay there a lot better tonight than it did the other night. So I'm just going to put these few bits and pieces back in because I don't want to lose them. And what else have I got over there? And I'm going to use the same method. I think I'm going to use flowers coming from the cup too tonight. I've got a little fairy here. Can you see it? I thought it was looking a little dark, Angie, I must say. That's why I switched the light on. I've got a little fairy here, and I'm going to stick her somewhere. I'm going to make sure she stays. I'm going to make it a little platform to sit on. Now, I keep reaching over here into my box. And in my box, there's lots of different bits of fairy things. Now, could I use him because he's got more of a stand? If I was to stick him a rock on him, he might stay there better than her, I think. Do have a little gnome. Where's my gnome gone? There's my gnome. We'll see now what we got left. I am still reading your comments. I can still see them. USA, upstate New York. New York. Wouldn't pronounce. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it because I know I'm not going to do a good job. Now I want another little rock to sit there for my fairy to sit on. Don't forget we've got the cup to go on yet. I'm going to make this as heavy, the bottom bit as heavy as I can make it. I've got these. They're more flat tops. Yeah, just there like that, I think. And I'm gonna put more rocks at the back to bring him up a bit. Oh my days. I'm reading your comments. I can't believe you all tuned in to watch me. You're all from all different parts of the world. That's amazing. Just leaving the big rocks out because that's what I want to leave out. And I'm putting the little ones back in my pot. I do apologise for the noise at the minute. Okay. Oops. Now I'm gonna put some more rocks at the back because I want my fairy to sit on one of these flat rocks. Now these are patio slabs, miniature patio slabs. That's what these are, but they're absolutely brilliant if you're doing a fairy scene with. Upstate New York. Oh my days, that's immense. Do you know what I mean? That's awesome that you've all tuned in to see me. I'm just going to put some more rocks at the back because I want it to fill up a bit more. So I was thinking the next live I do to do a teapot. I keep saying teacup. I mean teapot. Where's my tweezers? I'm going to burn my hand otherwise. Tired small village. Nice to meet you too, Jan. If I've got some new ladies joining me, welcome. I'm just shoving some moss at the back. Right, now I'll be able to put on hopefully put that patio slab on. There, see? Explain to your USA friends what a teapot is. Oh, teapot. I'll show you. I won't explain it. I'll show you what I mean. That's a teapot. It's it is what when I make tea, I boil the kettle up, put my tea bags in here, put the water in there, and then pour that into my cup. And that's a teapot. And for those of you that thinking, oh my days, that was a bit bossy, that comment. That's my mum. Yes, Donna is my mum. And she was just thinking I hadn't explained to you guys what a teapot is. So she's my mum. So I'm gonna stick that there, I think, and then I might either use her or him. Yeah, might use. That's what a teapot is. Okay, so I'm going to stick that there. The water hasn't gone in because the heat has been lost from the bowl, which means that it hasn't melted. But what I'll do once I've finished, I will put the water in myself. Yeah, that guy's smaller than a coffee pot. As you guys didn't know. I'm going to stick with him. He's got a little butterfly in his little hand. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put her in there. And I'm going to put these in there because I don't need them or them. I'm going to stick some glue on him. You can use hot glue for water. Now I've seen people do that. Instead of solid water, scenic water. I've seen people I've seen people use hot glue to fill it up, but I quite like the effect of it, so I will fill that up. Now this is my cup that we have. I'm actually going to stick that pearl on tonight. I might even put him in the pot, into the pond, and stick it on that pottery bit there, so that when you see it, you'll see the pearl. Oh, I love you, Salvage. My prayers are with you. I'm going to use hot glue to stick him down, and then what I'll do, I'll fill it up. Now, I have my little cap. So, as I did the other night, I'm going to stick my cap just on the end. Now, we shouldn't tip over because I've weighed the bottom down with all my rocks and all that. So, great on the pot. Yeah, it does. Considering I weren't going to go for fairy little garden, but it seemed to have turned out that way. Yes, my mum is gifted. She does a lot of sewing. Mum does. Now I'm going to put glue inside the cup like I did the other night. I'm going to have the handle at the side this time. Yeah, that's why yeah, it's exactly why I did the same video today, but just a slightly bit different tone. But yeah. I know what you're saying. Now, if you find it's not sticking, and it will take that little bit more to grasp because you've got the pottery, and the minute you put the hot glue on the pottery, it dries, and the same goes with the spoon. So if you're finding it's not quite sticking enough for you, now just hold it there for a few seconds. Now it is a little bit hot, but it does get there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of glue just under the spoon. And you just need to hold it there for a few more seconds. It will take, it just means just hold it in place while I'm holding this in place. Let's read the comments. Mum says, Roberta, no I'm not. She has always been created since she was a baby. She was the first one to write her name in history. Thank you, Mum. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, she is. She is. My prayers are with you, Salvage. Okay, so there is a little bit more glue than I would prefer in the cap, but that doesn't matter as long as it stays. I'm not bothered because it's going to be, I'm going to cover it up, and I don't know whether you noticed, but everything's at an angle today. I've done that on purpose. I'm just going to stick this down. Now when the water goes in, it'll weigh it down a little bit more. But until that water goes in, I'm just going to hold it like that for a minute. Now flowers. I'm going to use those daisy flowers. If I can find them, I'm going to use them again today. What have we got? We've got these green daisies, white daisies, green ones, pink ones. So what I'm going to use is these type of daisies. as I did the other day, just move that my way a second. As I did the other day, I built my flowers up. Clutters. Thank you guys. Your comment means so much to me. I'm just reading them now and I'm tearing up. Thank you so much. The only one in my family that is crafty is me and my sister. Yeah, but isn't craft the best way to escape from anything else that's going on? Your prayers. I'm just going to build my flowers up like I did the other day. At the side. Just build them up slowly. There's no... You don't even have to use these flowers. You can use any type of flowers. You don't have to use flowers. You could use pearls. You could use... Since it's a fairy garden, you could use the stuff you find outside. Oops. Okay. And don't forget, because you're gluing on this spoon, it will dry that a little bit quicker. So you've got to be quick with your flowers. See if I can find any more of those daisies. Oh, I got a lilac one. I do have a pink one. It's not a daisy, it's a different one. I have got these white ones. The water has evaporated and the air's gone cold. Oh,
right.
Mind yourself on the glue gun now. Now I've built it up. It's at the back too, so let me... Is that the back? See, is that the back? And I'm just building it up slowly. I've done it at the side today because I wanted that a little bit different. But it's the same method as I did Friday, but just making something different with it. Yeah, ha! I won't swear, but that hurt. Oh, that hurt. I was really good then. Oh. I was trying to be quick, but my fingers didn't know where to put them. Woo! That woke me up. I'm okay. Right. I'm going to use these big white flowers now. They've got like a bead in the middle. Yeah. I didn't half jump, but I'm okay. Right, so I'm going to mix them up a bit because I don't want them all to be the same. Now I have got some of these foam flowers. Run out those daisies. I don't know whether there's any in here. I was only testing you guys to make sure you were still there. That's all I was doing. Never mind. I'm okay. I'm gonna put one. I love these flowers. These are. I'm just reading Angie. Sorry, I'm in a different world now. I'm just reading Angie's comment. She said, "When I come home from work, I go to my craft room and I love being surrounded by my crafting bits. I call them my sweeties." Yeah, craft candy is what somebody named them on my group. It was craft candy, they said, and it's exactly that's exactly it. It is craft candy. Now, you might be a bit too much there. No, you're gonna see him. I've got a few more to stick on. I need to find some of those. Oh, got another one here. Oh, there's some more of these. I love using these daisies, especially for this type of crafting. Let's see then. See if I don't need any more. And there should be one on the back, which I'm going to stick this big white flower in. Try this time not to burn myself. See? Now there is stuff falling out of the pond, but I'm not bothered by that because I can stick them back in. Glitter hot glue. Believe I've created fingerprints. Yeah. Oh yes. It don't half hurt when you catch your fingers. You know that you sort of know that you've been burned, put it that way. So I say to everybody that is getting a hot glue gun, be careful because they don't half sting and catch your fingers. Right, so I've got that. Right, and what I'm going to do with some of these daisies, I haven't got nowhere. And now I've got just having a look to see if there's anything in here. Let me have a quick gander. Thank you, guys. I've got some rifter wood. No, it's not rifter wood. What's it called? Oh, what's it called? It's not rifter wood. Driftwood, is it? Driftwood. The last day I saw her, she came home and I was enjoying her things I made. She says, I do a good job. My place is filled. My supplies comforted and needed. Yes, definitely. Such a special part, enjoying your video. Driftwood, that's it. Thank you, Angie. You guys know what I meant. I've got some of these like they're flat on the back and they're raised and they remind me of like big pebbles. If you were doing the miniature scene, they'd be too small. But I'm gonna think. It's going to be too big. I'm going to put that in there now. I knew we were missing something. Either of the pearl. So I'm going to stick him down before he goes in the sun. Here we are. Right, now let me see if this is, get in there. So that's my tea plate and my cup. And it will be weighed down when the water goes in a little bit more. But what I might do, and I don't know whether I've got one, and if I have, I'll do it. I've got one of these. All it needs is a little bit of support at the back. Yeah, I've got one of these patch slabs again, and I'm going to put it at the back. That way it's got the support to stand up. That looks stunning. Thank you, Shannon. Salvage says, Fiona's addicted me to flowers, and every fabric I see I want to keep, hence the salvage. Ah, that's what it is. I wondered what it was named after. Been given kind and loving mothers, it's been truly blessed. It's also said that the grief we feel is because of love we shared. Yes, definitely, ma'am. Definitely, definitely, definitely. So I am going to, now I'm looking for something. Something. I might just get away with sticking that on you. Now I'm going to move my glue gun over. He hasn't been my friend tonight because he's burnt me. But I'm going to move my glue gun over, and I'm going to stick the edge of that to the back of the plate. So decide what side you want it to stick in. Now it needs to go that side. And it needs, if I have it like that, I could stick the other fairy on there, see, and have the two fairies. So I'm just gonna, and the reason I've got it on my mat is because in case the glue comes seeping from underneath, it shouldn't, but just in case it does. So again, just hold it because it will take that little time to thing, and once it's dry I'll turn it the other way for you to see what I'm doing. So let me see, where did that fairy go? Or even I could use the shell, stick that there, and then the fairy on top. Yeah, the non-stick mat. I've got it on the non-stick mat. So I'm going to put a bit of glue there. Sticking that on that little slab, and then I'm going to stick the fairy, I think, just on top. So I'm using all different types of bits and pieces that I've got. And then I've used everything then. I'm just going to decorate. I'm not going to cover up the design on the thing, but I am just going to think I'm just going to leave a little bit of pearl, I think, hanging, or something hanging from that cup. I'm not going to fully decorate it because I want to keep the pattern on there. So in my box here we have different widths of ribbon, and we do have some pearls. Now I might just cut some pearls off and stick it on the edge. Oops. Through here. Right, and then I'm going to stick a flower just on the top. What do you do with the things you make? What do I do with the things I make, Angie? Well, I do give them away. There. I do give them away, some of them. Some of them I keep. Some of them I give in giveaways. Most recent things I've made have been for the swap on my group. And the other recent thing I've made was for Shannon. Because Shannon won the competition, didn't she? And it was 102 items in the box, and I think Shannon guessed that there was 101. Didn't have anybody that guessed it correctly, but Shannon was really close. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue, not too much, and as I say, it dries quick, just on the handle. And then I'm going to stick that flower just at an angle on top. And then I'm hoping that the water Chris has just brought in is for this pond. Can you see how I've built that up? And it's a different full going on my grudge. Claire Precious project for these living miniatures. Happy I hopped over to watch. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming over to watch. I really appreciate anybody that comes over to watch. I'm going to be doing another live Friday. I think my lives will be Friday and a Tuesday. So it'll be the same time, 7 o'clock UK time. I don't know what time it is overseas, but it's 7 o'clock UK. And the next live will be Friday. But I'm gonna ask Kristen to come in and pick a letter. So Shannon says I did. Gonna go in all in my graduate wall. Exactly. So pretty, Colette. Thank you, Donna. Mine is. It was some lost too. Oh, bless you. So I've got hot water next to me in a bowl. I'm not going to bring it over because knowing me, I'll tip the whole thing. But I'm just going to grab this towel. It's melted. Can you see how it's liquid now? And as all it is in is hot water. You could sort of see it at the corner of your screen. And I'm just going to tip the hot water into this pond. I'm going to tip a little bit on his feet and a little bit on the rocks. And then where's my fishies? I'm going to put some couple of fishies in. They're over there. And that's how you do the, that is called scenic water. That's how you do scenic water. And these tiny, tiny fishies. That's what I'm going to put in next. And if you find your fish are a little, just above the water and you want a little bit more water, then just put a little bit in. I'm just going to put that little bit in because I am wanting a little bit. Now I'm going to put 3 fishies in because I like my fishes. And that is my fairy pond. Now, water mixed with glue. Well, the hot glue will, because I'm not seeing the pot, because it's covered with moss and bricks and everything else, it's fine. I've used tacky glue in there and I've used hot glue. And the reason for me using the two different types of glues was for you to see that it could be used. Any glue could be used. Just make sure that it'll dry completely clear. And as you know, hot glue does. But there are certain sticks that are, when they dry, that are a bit clumpy. So that's why it won't work in that sort of pond idea. But the tacky glue will dry clear, and that was for the gravel at the bottom. And then you've got the hot glue, which I've stuck down with the rocks and stuff, because when the water is dry, and basically what I'll do next, I won't be able to show this on film, but basically you put all this in the fridge, yes, I'm not going mad, and you leave it there. Now for this type of pond, I would leave it there for an hour or two. It's best sometimes if you're doing miniatures, you're using scenic water to leave it there overnight. If after an hour or two you can sort of still see the water's moving, because move it from side to side, and put it back in. It won't unstick nothing that I've done. It will not unstick nothing from you putting it in the fridge. So, and it's, as you can see, it's standing up today. I've stuck one of these slabs right at the back to wedge between the plate churn and the slabs there, so it's got more of a thing. And then I've stuck the shell on top of this with a fairy. So I've actually made a fairy garden using the same effect, the same idea that I same way that I used Friday, except Friday I made a flower pond, and let me show you the difference. So that's the flower pond, and that's the pearl, and then that is the fairy pond. So you can use them in different ways. See how the flower pond, I used all different type of flowers all around the edge, used the shell in the middle with the pearl. I've even got ribbon strandling down. So that was the flower pond. And then the fairy pond, I've used all my types of different fairy things I've got. I've used all rockery, the different things that you can pick up outside. I've used those like little, I call them acorns, but they could be called something else totally different. I've used mushrooms. I've used two small fairies, and that's exactly what I've used. And you've created something completely different again. But if you notice, I've actually kept the pattern on the cup this time round, whereas last time I covered him up with lace. But I'm going to just turn it around for you to see. That way, for you to actually see the fairies and how it's sitting in the pond. The pearl is dead in the centre, on top of that little pot. You've got all the mushrooms surrounding it, you've got all the fairies, you've got everything that you would think with all the fairies. So I'm just going to read some more comments. I love the pond too, and the fish add to the effect. Thank you, Polly. Tiny fish are adorable. Thank you, Dawn. The fish were actually from eBay, miniature fish. You can make your own though. If you get your own mould, you can actually make them out of clay. Make them out of the clay, you can still put them in scenic water. Angie, very pretty. You're so clever. Thank you, Angie. Dawn, where do you find such tiny fairies? Now, the fairies, I look for things like that. So if I see them out and about, I'll pick them up. So they haven't come from a specific place. I actually found them now on Facebook. Have a look. There's a page on Facebook. It's for our area, and it says for sale, free or swap, and it'll say for your area. But have a look on Facebook, because that's where I found the fairies. They were all big different ornaments, tiny ones, and I've just used the 2 tiny ones there. Shannon said, love that, Colette, you're so talented. Salvage says, so cool, love the ideas and tips. So I hope I've answered everybody's question. You really enjoyed that. Like I say, if you're going to use a glue gun, be careful. And I will, hopefully Chris is watching and we can pick a letter and pick a winner. And this will be going out as well to somebody. So I will find a box. Now, if Sonja's watching, I haven't found the box, but it will be going off, I promise you. I'm just going to put little things extra in, like I did for Shannon's box. So I hope you really enjoyed that. So if you're interested, the only way you're going to get, if you're interested in me giving this to you, just tap me underneath and I will go off the person who says me. So if you haven't said me and your letter comes out, then it'll go to the person that says me. So just say me underneath. I will get Chris now to pick a letter. It is sitting around with lots of great friends. Thank you, Angie. Thanks, that was great. I haven't been on that long, I don't think. Okay, I can see me. That's fine, keep going, ladies. So I'm just gonna wait a second. I can still see your comments. So I can see me. Chris, can you come pick a letter, please? Any questions while I'm waiting for Chris to come in to pick a letter? Any questions at all? I'll be doing my next live Friday at 7 o'clock UK time. So I'll do them on Friday. Chris, pick a letter.
What do you want?
Can you pick a letter, please?
M.
M. Ma. I can't see an M.
I.
Right now, before you go to A, let me see if... Oh, gone down too quick then. A. Angie. Now I've got 2 Angies, so
Right,
pick the next letter.
Well, if they're Angie, they're both going to be the same
Yeah,
until
well,
the second one.
If you pick a next letter, and then if their surname begins with that, then it'll be between the 2 Angies.
S.
No.
D.
No. I can't tell you what they begin with because otherwise I'd be cheating. Go on.
O.
No.
M.
No.
N.
No.
S.
S. No. Come on, Chris.
How about this, right?
I tell you what, how about this? I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Where's it a pen?
There for 26 if we can.
Where's it a pen? I'm gonna write a P and a B on a piece of paper. That's what I'm gonna write. So between you 2 Angies. And then Chris will have to decide which one.
Yeah, so I'm going to pass you the pen and then I'm going to just...
So. AP on that letter, right? And a M on that one, okay? Roll it up. Right. mix them around, and then Chris is going to come in and pick one. There'll be nothing in his hand. He hasn't seen me writing it down or nothing, ladies. He's actually gone out the room. So that's why I'm having to wait for him to come back. Right. Pick one. John, you got nothing in your hands?
Got nothing in his hand at all.
Oh. That one.
Yeah, got my hand.
I did say be careful. Wait now, ladies. Angie Paisley, you won this fairy garden pot. Well done, my lovely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. As you can clearly see, that says AP Angie Paisley. Otherwise, we would have been there all night and picking another letter. So, well done, Angie Paisley. You'll have to email me now to say that I can post this off to you. Again, I'm going to have to find the right box because I don't want it to get broken or anything like that. So, congratulations, Angie Paisley, you won. And well done for everybody to join in tonight. Tune in and watch me. The teapot. Now, I did say somebody was asking me about a teapot when I was looking to do the teapot. I'm going to do the teapot Friday. That's when I'm going to do the teapot. And I'm going to make something of it. Not just an ordinary thing. So, Angie Paisley, have you got my email address? My next question is... Great meeting you, ladies, and wonderful project. Thank you, Robita. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in tonight. I have written it down. Okay, wait a minute. I have written it down. I wrote it down the next live. There it is. Where are we? That way? Can you see that? It's all on one line. Let me know when you got it. But thank you for everybody that was tuning in tonight. I hope that I've made a fantastic project and I hope you'll give it a go. If you give something like this a go, let me know in the comments underneath. And I will... Thank you, Angie. And I will... yeah, it'll spur me on to do more projects. But that's what I'm going to do from now on. My projects will be done on live. It's so much easier to do. And it's really nice, actually, because I get to interact with all you at the same time. So, nice being with you all, ladies. And a big hug. Thank you to Colette. Thanks. Good night. So, night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to everybody. And yeah, congratulations, Angie. You've won this little fairy giveaway. I'm about to put it in the fridge so it'll set for you. And I will, find the right box to send it off. I will do my giveaway. We'll work the giveaways out, but I will be doing more of them. Okay? So thank you, ladies, for tuning in. I will see you Friday at 7 o'clock on Friday. Mwah! Night all. Take care.